And we're just gonna pretend that I am not wearing the same thing from my last video and it's a totally new day. Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen. I'm the Restless Thrifter and I am a part-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And wherever else I can sell things, to be honest. Been doing a lot of Facebook Marketplace, although I don't have any of those to show you today. I'm going to be sharing with you what sold September 1st through 7th, and I'm going to share with you my top sales. I had a lot of sales the week of the 1st through the 7th. I actually sat down and listed some things, and lo and behold, I had a lot more sales. I sold 32 things. I had 14 fast flips, I believe, and I'm considering anything a fast flip if it's sold in 30 days or less right now. And this is what happens when you list good things that people are looking for. So check those sell-through rates when you're picking things up if you can. And a sell-through rate is when you compare what has sold, the number of items versus the number of things listed. And a lot of people do it dummy math, basically, like if there were 10 sold and 10 listed, they'd say that's 100% sell-through rate. That's a 50% sell-through rate. But whatever way you want to do it, do it. It's better to have wrong math than no math at all. Basically, you can't have over 100% sell-through rate. You can't sell more of what is listed out there. We're going to get started on the top sales. I do have 10 for you this time. And the first one was vintage Levi's corduroy bib overalls, size small, flare leg, blue adjustable strap. Vintage Levi's overalls have a great sell-through rate in general, corduroy as well. I had these priced all the way up at $80, but I got an offer on Poshmark and I took it for $42, 78 days on Poshmark, $42. Cost of goods, I did pay up at $16.31, so I must have gotten it at a thrift store, probably an ARC or a Goodwill. And my profit was $17.29. This next thing I found by looking in kind of the junk aisle where they don't know where to put it in Goodwill, so they just put all this miscellaneous stuff there. This is a Kipling 100 pins case, cherry red nylon full zip monkey keychain art pencil box. And I didn't have the word new in there, but it was new. It had the tags on it still. And this sold in 7 days on Poshmark for $26. My cost of goods was $3.24, and my profit was $17.56. And there's my first fast flip. 1 week to sell is great. I only know about Kipling because I watch the Homeschooling Picker, and she has a Kipling, y'all, you remember words are hard for me right now. I'm taking dummy medicine. Wallet, purse thingy. Anyway, she has one and she picks it up when she sees it. So I was like, okay, this is cool. First time I'd seen it. And I recognized that logo. So thank you, Kayla. Then I have this Keen women's US size 9.5 shoes, Sienna canvas, Mary Jane's comfort walking slip-on. And if you saw my haul of these, I called them ugly. They are ugly comfy, and somebody bought them, and there's nothing wrong with that. I wear Crocs. Those are hideous. They sold in 5 days on eBay for $42.15. I'd paid $7.05, and my profit was $22.13. Next, we have this COS, I'm not sure, collection of style. There you go. So it's probably COS. Size 8 dress, midi elastic cinch waist, minimalist, modest. This was just a basic dress, but when I looked up this brand, it did have high retail, pretty good resale. It sold in 68 days on eBay for $44.98. I'd paid $1.37. It was my average cost of goods in a Goodwill blue box. I do know that, and otherwise, I would never have picked it up because I wouldn't have known this brand, and it was just very basic. It gave me a profit of $22.90. That's not bad. And it sold fairly quickly, 68 days. Those Keens are also a fast flip in 5 days. Then we have this Patricia Green Details size medium belt, double horse head buckle leather black. There are a lot of versions of this belt. One of them is by Gucci. So I was very excited when I first looked it up, and then I saw the name Patricia Green inside. I'm like, okay, I don't know who that is. Her things are not cheap either, and this was a really cool look. It did take a long time to sell. 394 days. So that was 1 year and 2 months to sell on Poshmark for $43. I think I had it listed like at 80 or something originally, and I just kept bringing it down. Probably got an offer. My cost of goods was $7.57, and my profit was $24.81. This is a Carhartt size 2XLT camo vest 3M thinsulate insulation real tree quick duck tall, not ducktail. 9 months to sell on eBay. It sold for $85.48. My cost of goods I paid up at $16.31, and my profit was $29.33. Wow, I must have paid a lot in fees. Ew. Next we have another really good brand. This is a Bolo to me. It's a Double D Ranch wear, size small. It was vintage jacket, concho button studded bolero cropped. I had a black one that sold really quickly. I finally got the white one listed after getting some stains out and some lightened. There were still a few spots on it. Sold in 2 months on eBay. The other one sold even faster. And it sold for $81.96. And I had paid $6.52. I was so happy. And then my profit was $48.76. All right, this is one of the items that we were getting rid of in our house. It was my husband's. He was in the Marine Corps. Vintage U.S. military extreme cold weather sleeping bag with hood, mummy style, new, sealed. If you can find these, I would pick them up. They are heavy to ship. Measure, get them in that box and measure it and weigh it so you know how much to charge and you're charging the right amount. I think I had to pay for some of the shipping. It took 2 weeks to sell on eBay. It was a personal item, and I sold it for $115.08. That's with the cost of shipping. So they paid $15.08 for shipping. And my cost of goods I'm putting at $0. I don't know if he had to buy that thing. I really don't know. I'm an Army brat. I should know this thing. Do they just hand you equipment? I kind of doubt it. So I'm sure he paid something. And it's been sitting in our garage in a trunk for, how many years has it been? Probably, I'm just going to say 20, and I know it's been longer, but we don't like to say how old we are. I don't mind telling you, I'm almost 49. But I don't like to think about that a lot. No. And then my profit was $67.20, and it's out of our garage. He was never going to use it. And then the next two items are things that I picked up most recently and finally listed. I wasn't listing, I had a whole bunch of stuff from several trips that I hadn't listed. I decided to grab all the easy stuff, like that Kipling pen case and some shoes. And these were a Bolo for sure. I had never heard of the brand, and I don't know how to say it. Quaddy, men's size 9.5, Blucher. I don't know these words. Blucher shoes. I want to know how to say that word. I want hold.
Blucher.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Not really. Let's ask her to say Quaddy.
Quality.
Starting over, Quodoo, men's size 9.5, Blucher shoes, moccasin, toast, suede, Vibram. Oh God. Brick rubber sole. I'm not going to go down the Vibram. I don't know. 3 days to sell on Mercari. On Mercari. They retail for $249. Great sell-through rate. I sold them for $106. My cost of goods I did pay up at $18.44, and my profit was $72.99. I don't know about the brand's other styles. I only have looked up this style. And then we have a brand we all know, Fry, women's size 8, tall leather harness biker boots, Moto black silver, 1.75 inch heel. And sorry, we heard my dogs in the other room. They sold in 1 day on Poshmark. They are $498 retail. They sold for $149, and I had paid up for these as well at $21.69. But quite frankly, I'm surprised that those weren't priced higher. They had them in the men's section, and they didn't price them up. I'm quite surprised. My profit was $97.51, and those are all my top sales. It was a good week. And then we have 8 more fast flips to go through. Fast flip: Birkenstock EU 42, US men's 9, women's 11 sandals, Milano oiled leather Habana brown. These sold in 3 weeks on Poshmark. Sold for $43. Cost of goods was, I definitely paid up for these too, $21.69. I still thought that was a good price at Goodwill. No, it was at ARC. And my profit was $12.71. Why so shitty? That's what happens when you pay up. Okay, and then we have this pair of Crocs, size men's 9, women's 11, classic clog, fleece lined, tie-dye, red, white, blue. Sold in 3 weeks on Poshmark. I should have had them listed in July, but I mean, I bought them afterwards, so what are you gonna do? And they sold for $29. My cost of goods was high at $14.10, and I made $9.10, but they sold quickly. They were new. I knew they'd go because they're Crocs. It was still a good pickup in my opinion. Then we have Campbell Hausfeld 12 volt inflator compressor, 150 PSI, new open box, model RP 1200. I don't know what the hell this thing is. I think it inflates things. That's what an inflator does, right? 2 weeks on eBay. This was in our garage. My husband told me I bought it to sell. I don't even remember it. So maybe someone gave it to me to sell. I don't remember. It sold for $22.65. I am putting that I paid nothing because I do not remember this item. And my profit was $10.84. Next is a personal item that I sold. It's a Fiesta Wear plum salad plate, 7 1/4 inch, Homer Laughlin retired color, dark purple. Fiesta Wear doesn't typically sell quickly, so I would say this is probably an anomaly. It sold in 2 weeks on eBay. I sold this for $14.41, putting my cost of goods as 0, but I paid something at some point, and my profit was only $2.93. I don't want to make that kind of money on breakable things that take a while to pack up, so I'm only listing this stuff because I already had it. Now, if I found really cheap Fiesta Wear somewhere, I'm probably going to buy it just because I can't help myself. If you're a Fiesta Wear collector, you know, or a collector of anything, you know. And then it's another personal item. It's an Opal House, yes, the Target line, peacock shower curtain, bathroom, boho decor, teal, Target, Opal House. I spelled it both ways, you know, as one word and as 2 word. Sold in a week on eBay. It was still hanging on my shower rod when I sold it. Sold it for $26.22. That's basically $20 with the cost of shipping. And I put my cost of goods as 0 because it had been a long time since I bought it. Don't remember what I paid. And my profit was $14.57. So some of the Target lines that are really popular, and Opal House is one of them. I don't even know if they still make Opal House. I think so, but certain collections come and go. And those can be sought after. So I was happy to see that. I'd looked it up before I listed it because I was certainly not going to list it if it didn't sell, you know, if it didn't have the sell-through rate. Next, we have another great sell-through rate item, Charlie Banana 10 count reusable baby wipes, organic cotton face bath diapering. People like organic natural things for their babies. Some people do. And this particular thing had a very good sell-through rate. It sold in 6 days on eBay. Turns out it was missing 3 of the wipes. It was taped together, and I just thought that was because the box got a little bit torn. I didn't open it and look. I just refunded them in full with the cost of shipping. So it sold for $17.48. My cost of goods was $4.33, and my profit was going to be $6.19, which I would be fine with because it flipped quickly, you know, easy to photograph and ship. Okay, 2 more fast flips. Crocs Reviva slides, I don't know. Slides, women's size 9 massage shoes, sandals, black, gray, lightweight. If these had been my size, I would have kept them. I've sold the Crocs Reviva, whatever collaboration, if it is, I don't know, very quickly before. It doesn't sell for a whole lot, but it sells quickly. Sold in 3 days on eBay for $27.85. My cost of goods was $9.76, so my profit was only $6.27, but again, super easy to photograph and list. These didn't even need cleaning. And my last fast flip was another personal item. It was a Scentsy Texas A&M University Wax Warmer Burner Aggie's Maroon and White Decor. I know this was a gift, probably from my mother or mother-in-law. I love Scentsy, but I get migraines, and lately I just haven't been able to use it. This had so much dust on it, so I had to clean it up. And it sold in one day on Mercari for $16. I sold it for low because it had a little chip and I didn't know if it would sell or not. I put my cost of goods at $0. It probably was $0 anyway because it was a gifted item, and my profit was $13.07. I'm not going to pick up Scentsy unless I know it will sell pretty quickly, because those things can be bulky, and I do want to pick up ones that have the box. I didn't have the box for this because I'm not great at packing breakables. I'm getting better, and I do need to learn. I do. But I don't like to learn by things breaking. This did not break. I have 2 lessons. I have a lot of lessons, but this is 2 that I will share with you. This is a 1988 vintage Gorilla Ape 12-inch side-eye to Surya Doll Company Dakin stuffed animal toy. Y'all, this guy had nipples. He was really cute. Not because of the nipples. It took a year and 2 months to sell on Poshmark. I really have to decide if I want to save all the Dakin out there, all the vintage Dakin, or stop, because I knew this didn't have a sell-through rate when I picked it up. But I finally sold it for $9. I was really trying to get rid of some of my bigger plush before we packed them up. My cost of goods was $3.24, so I only made 79 cents. That's no good. And my other lesson learned is this Vera Bradley Lighten Up Large Rolling Backpack Dream Diamonds Laptop Travel Bag. My lesson here is, number 1, don't let something sit in your death pile for a million years. And number 2, don't pay up for things like this necessarily. I lost some on shipping too because I didn't have the dimensions listed correctly. Sold in 4 days on eBay. Like I said, I didn't charge enough for shipping, so I only made $7.74. The price sold was $57.68. I think I paid $17.50 for it. Maybe more, because the price tag on it had been in my death pile for like 3 years. The price on it was $34.99. Did I spend that? Oh, I don't know. I was just starting out then, and I might have spent that, but I'm saying that it was on sale, 50% off, just to make myself feel better for only making $7.74 when it could have possibly been a loss. I don't know, but you learn. That's part of this process. You don't want to keep having so many bad lessons, but it does happen. My average profit per item for that week was $19.54. The following week, September 8th through 14th, I'll do in my next video, it wasn't as good. It just wasn't, because I didn't list all that new stuff, and that's why September 1st through 7th was so good. So I was excited. That kind of profit and number of items sold, because my total profit for the week, I'll just go ahead and share with you, was $625.42. No, that's not as much as some long-term full-time resellers, but for me, who was only able to do this part-time and had just listed a bunch of things, and they sold so fast. I mean, all those fast flips, that really made me happy. I was like, girl, you've come a long way. You are learning how to do this job. And with that, I'll let everyone go. I don't have a moving update because I'm leaving in a few days, and I will wait to record my next what sold until I have at least gotten through some part of the move, so I can give you a little update on that too. Please like, please subscribe if you're new, and leave me a comment. I do love the comments. Makes my little heart happy. Thanks, y'all. Have a good day. Go get your brother. Go get him. Did you get him? He's not listening to her. Okay, hold on.